there are three documents that are really central to the estate planning process. There is the will, which comes into effect at the time of your death, and there's the power of attorney and the healthcare directive, both of which are documents that come into effect usually upon incapacity. This presentation will provide you with information on healthcare directives. Please note that the information provided during this presentation is very general in nature, and you should be speaking to your medical practitioners and to your legal professionals in order to ensure that a healthcare directive document is prepared properly and based on your personal circumstance. What is a healthcare directive? A healthcare directive, often also referred to as a living will, or sometimes as a power of attorney for personal care, is a document where someone can appoint someone. In Manitoba it's called a proxy, so you appoint your proxy to make healthcare decisions on your behalf. In order to make a healthcare directive, it must be in writing, it must be signed, and it must be dated. So there's a law in Manitoba called the Healthcare Directives Act that sets out how a healthcare directive must be prepared. In order to make a healthcare directive, the donor, so the person writing the healthcare directive, must be at least 16 years of age. They must be mentally capable of giving informed consent to treatment at the time that they sign the healthcare directive. And the healthcare directive must be brought to the attention of your healthcare providers in order for it to be followed. When preparing a healthcare directive, there are two main sections that are very important to consider. So the first one is the appointment of a proxy. So the proxy is the person, once again, that will make medical decisions for you if you're not able to. So who should you name it as a proxy? Well, the proxy is only making medical decisions for you, healthcare decisions for you. And in that context, does not matter how good they are with finances. Really what matters is that they will make medical decisions for you based on the instructions you have given them, your values, what they think you would have done if they don't know what you would have done in a certain circumstance, and really do what they think is in your best interest when it comes to medical care. The second portion of the document allows you to give specific instructions to your donor if you wish to do so. It's very important that you fully understand the words that you use and the terms that you use in your document to ensure that they actually do what you think that they do. As an example, I often have clients that tell me, you know what, I want a DNR in there, do not resuscitate. As an example, if I'm at home and I'm having a heart attack and I lose consciousness before the ambulance arrives at my home, a DNR would indicate to the emergency response providers that I do not want to be reanimated. Often, what people mean is that they don't want to be kept alive by machines if there's no reasonable expectation of recovery from the condition that they're in, or that they will not have any quality of life going forward. In order to properly indicate your wishes in your document, I strongly encourage that you speak to your lawyer, to your doctor, in order to ensure that the wording that you hope to use in your documents is properly instructs your healthcare providers and your proxies, and also that it reflects what you're actually trying to do. So why should someone prepare a healthcare directive? Quite simply, it allows you to plan ahead and to ensure that the person who will be making medical decisions for you is someone that you trust and someone that will have your best interest at heart and will follow your wishes. Also to ensure that they will follow your values, your customs, your moral values. You should also consider, when you're naming someone as your proxy, consider whether they will have the fortitude to make decisions for you in a very stressful time. And there are very hard decisions to take sometimes. So the hardest decision obviously would be whether we cease using the machines that are sustaining your life. If you believe that the person will have a lot of difficulty making that decision, then maybe they're not the right person, and you should consider all of your options. You should also speak to the people that you've named as your proxy, to ensure, firstly, that they are willing to step in and make medical decisions for you, but also that they understand your values and your wishes before there's ever a need to use the healthcare directive document. So now you've prepared your healthcare directive. It sets out what you want in a clear fashion. What should you do now? Should you keep it in your safe at home? Should you leave it with your lawyers? The answer is most likely no. You should make sure that the healthcare directive is available to anyone that may need to refer to it. So for example, I often encourage my clients to immediately give a copy of their healthcare directives to their proxies, the people they've named. They may want to give copies to their medical practitioners immediately. Often I encourage that they keep a copy somewhere where emergency response providers will be able to locate it quickly. So in Manitoba, there is a kit that you can order from the province called the ERIC kit, E-R-I-K, Emergency Response Information Kit, that you can order online. But essentially it comes in a little pouch, and you can put your healthcare directive in there together with information about who your doctor is, what medications you're taking, and it comes with handy little magnets that you can slap onto your fridge. And emergency providers will often, when they come in, go immediately to your fridge to see whether there are any instructions there for them. So a sharing of information is essential in ensuring that your wishes are known and that your instructions will be followed, and that your medical practitioners will be able to contact your proxies to make medical decisions for you in the event that you are not able to make medical decisions on your own. I hope this information has been useful to you, and I thank you for participating in this presentation.